and this time I'm taking you through the penultimate wave of the LEGO Dimensions packs. Kicking us off, we've got the final level pack, which is the Midway Arcade pack. It's not really got a whole lot of the typical LEGO gameplay. That is in there, but once you've sort of gone through some of that, tucked away, you'll find that you've got the ability to play a whole bunch of Midway Arcade classics. The physical LEGO is a whole lot of fun as well. You get an arcade cabinet, and that is probably one of the best pieces that's been in the entire collection. Once you've done it, it basically builds a Defender cabinet. It's nice and green with its side panels and a top panel, and it's a screen. They're all printed pieces as well. There aren't any stickers, which is a fantastic thing if you're a LEGO collector. This is probably going to be one of the more sought-after things, because I imagine there'll probably be some actual physical LEGO collectors looking for this as well. The Spy Hunter car is probably a little bit disappointing. It's obviously a Spy Hunter car. It's very generic. It's quite a standard car-based model. But, you know, the Gamer Kid character has some really cool in-game abilities which more than make up for that. I'm not knocking the Spy Hunter car in any way, because, you know, it's a car. Like, what more can you do with it? The Gamer Kid's abilities, you've got super strength, you've got super speed, you've got invisibility and invincibility. One of the cool touches is as soon as you get the invincibility, you start flashing like Mario does when he picks up the star. It's a very cool addition, and it's a really, you know, this whole level pack is a whole lot of fun, and I can't really recommend it enough, particularly if you've got some sort of resonance for the old style arcade games, Midway arcade games in particular in this case. Right. Once you've done everything there, you might have seen in the level packs that you've got already, you'll see that there's an arcade cabinet or an arcade cabinet wall where you can just quite handily put your arcade cabinet. If you jump on that cabinet in the game, you go up to that panel on the wall, you start playing a different arcade game. Once you've played all of those, you can then go back and play all of them individually on the Midway world, which is obviously the hub world for the Midway level pack. As you probably know, each one of these worlds is exclusive to one of the characters, or, you know, a bunch of characters that you've got. And the Midway one, at its core, has a whole row of all of these arcade classics. I think on the box it says there's over 20, so I think, you know, you've got all of these arcade games, and they're all just lined up ready for you to play. You've just got to go and find where this panel is in the level and get them unlocked. But once you've done that, you've got an arcade classics collection, and I never thought I'd be getting that in LEGO Dimensions. So top marks for that one. Okay, next up we've got Aquaman and Superman from DC. Admittedly, there isn't a huge amount unique when it comes to LEGO Dimensions about the Man of Steel himself, and his vehicle is pretty superfluous, given that, you know, he can fly. People will know who've got LEGO Dimensions. We've kind of been waiting for Aquaman since day one. There's a lot of things in the game that are hidden behind certain panels that only Aquaman can open, and this will hopefully, you know, get your collection up if you've got all of them so far in the game. This will hopefully complete your mini kit collection and things like that. We've been waiting for this since pretty much day one, and we've now got Aquaman. So go nuts if you know. I think anyone that's listening that is a collector of this will probably realise the importance of Aquaman in terms of in-game content. So there's, you know, if you want to get everything in the game, there's really no excuse not to pick Aquaman up. His vehicle is also one of the only other boats in the game. I think there's 2 overall. This is the second one that's come out, and I think Aquaman, you know, it's a bit of a goofy vehicle. You've got flippers on it and all sorts, and if you try and open it, if you try and put it on the pad when you're on land, it just flaps about like a fish, which I thought was quite a neat touch. That's pretty much it for the DC stuff this time around. It's a nice, you know, couple of figures to keep that one going. Next time round, I believe we've got Bane to wrap up the rest of the figures, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with Bane. Right, moving on to the final one, which is the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. So with the Ghostbusters Lego pack coming out last time round, it probably makes sense to start pushing out some of the additional characters. We've got Slimer coming in the final wave next time round, and this time we've got the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. So essentially, Stay Puft is your kind of giant figure. So if you don't have a giant already, which I don't think there was one in the base pack, so if you don't have anybody that can make themselves big, you can get Stay Puft. Essentially, hold down circle, Stay Puft gets angry, he goes from a nice cute marshmallow man to a big angry marshmallow man. And basically he's quite a cool little character. He also comes with the Terror Dog. Now the Terror Dog used to give me nightmares as a child, and I'm kind of pleased that they've managed to cutesy them up a little bit, because I'm actually able to now physically have one and stick that there. It's still quite a scary looking model, in terms of Lego, but again, there's not a huge amount that's really unique about the two new Ghostbusters characters. But it's a pretty good. It's pretty good 2 editions if you like the franchise, and really the physical Lego. Like the Pterodog's quite a fun little build, and the Stay Puft minifig is really cute. So if you into the physical side of things, then probably worth picking this one up, particularly if you're a fan of the Ghostbusters series. And that's it. That's Wave 4. We've got a few more additions to additional franchises. We've also got a new one in the form of the Midway level pack, and the Midway level pack really is probably the best thing in this one. I would wholeheartedly recommend that you go and pick that one up, and also if you want to grab some more in-game stuff, grab Aquaman as well, because he should be able to round out your in-game content. And really that's about it. Like the Superman one is a little bit disappointing to me, but I kind of expected that, given that he doesn't really need a vehicle. And the Stay Puft one it's more for a physical collector, For, like myself, I grew up with Ghostbusters. It's a massive franchise for me, and having a little Stay Puft Marshmallow Man to sit alongside my Peter Venkman character, and also a bunch of other physical Lego as well that I've got. It's a nice little minifig. It's a nice piece of kit to have. Doesn't necessarily do a whole lot more in the game, but if you want one of those giant figures, I think Homer's one of the other ones. You can bulk out. I don't actually think there's any others. I'm looking at the kit I've got at the minute, but Stay Puft's a good fun character to have. So yeah, if I were to rank them, I'd probably say it would be the level pack top, then Aquaman, then the Stay Puft pack, and then Superman. That's it. Thank you ever so much for joining me, guys. Take care. I've been Ben, and keep watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Keep your eyes on nextgengamingblog.com as well for all the latest news, reviews, and features, and we'll see you there soon. Thanks. Bye.